Blanca. I've been a fan of Pokemon for the longest time. You might have seen me play the Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge on Pokemon Sword and Shield here on the multiplayer channel. It also got me thinking, camping and making curry is such a big part of the game. It would be so fun to sort of recreate that in real life. My friends over at Tasty have also actually been doing really fun cooking challenges, so you guys should go check that out. But over here, I really want to challenge making one of my favorite curries from the game, specifically the decorative curry. I'm talking about the large one with the giant Pikachu and Eevee on top. I thought that would be a really cool thing to sort of recreate if I could pull it off. That's what we're gonna try and aim for today. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I do know that first things first, I need to go grocery shopping. And so that's where I'm headed right now. Okay, so over here, we have all our curry stuff. We also have mochi. Hi, mochi. So we just have potatoes, onions, carrots, tomato paste because the curry we see in the picture is a little redder. And obviously we have our chosen item. And then we have some turmeric to go into the rice. Because if you see this right here, Pikachu is super yellow. This will make our rice turn out that way. Here, we just have a bunch of things for decoration. Some seaweed, some nori, fish cakes, radish, ham, shiso leaf, imitation crab meat, some food coloring. I don't normally use food coloring, but the hearts and the stars are like a super vibrant blue and pink. So I think if I wanna, achieve that effect, I might need to use some of the dye. I also just have some mayo because there's a lot of white dotting we need to do. Also, I have a new pair of tweezers that should hopefully help me be able to line this up. You see how they have these silver plates? Camping plates. Ta-da! It looks almost exactly like the ones in the picture. So now let's start cooking. I feel like there's a lot of rice. So maybe just to be safe, I would go for 4 cups. 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to go wash this really quick. These are the parts that they don't put in the game, like washing rice. You never see anybody do that. I am going to put some turmeric in. I'm not sure how much to put here. Maybe, is that too much? I don't know, but hopefully that turns out the way we want it to. Smells good. Well, as long as Mochi likes it. Correct? Correct. This looks pretty yellow to me. Just going in. Sushi, rice. Here we go. Rice is in the cooker. I am now going to move on to the curry. I am trying to aim for Charizard class level curry, which I have never been able to do on the game, but at least in real life, I'm gonna aim for Charizard class. The key ingredient for decorative curries are packaged curry, which I have right here. I am going to start cutting up the vegetables now. Whew. In the game, you have like a giant, legitimately giant pot on top of campfire, but for safety reasons, I will have to go with this option today. Some oil in there. Basically, now I'm just going to continue to fry these until they become a little more fragrant. Just going to let this cook a little bit over here while I cut up the curry. It smells amazing. Going to just chop this up because it helps it spread around the broth a little easier. Add the water in, just enough to cover the ingredients. Add a little bit of red. Tomato is a berry. I guess that's our rare berry. I feel like I should mimic the fanning. Can I fan with my seaweed? In the game, if your Pokemon comes closer, that usually means you're on the right track. So I'm gonna strategically place Mochi here. Can't stir it too fast. Can't stir it too slow. Give me those sparkles. And then I'm just gonna let it simmer and continue boiling down until the veggies become super soft. It's a little softer now, the vegetables. I think we're good to put the curry in. Color's looking really good. So I'm just gonna keep this pot cooking while I start working on the decorative items. I think I'm gonna get started with the stars and the hearts. So I have some radish and some fish cake here. I'm going to try and dye these into pink and blue colors. I also have these heart and star shaped cookie cutters. Let's try to cut this out. Oh yeah. That's a star shape. The challenge now is to get it to the right color. I will just submerge them into this pinkish bluish water. Hopefully after having them sit in it for a while, it will come out a very vibrant pink and blue. Oh my God, it's turning blue! I was worried about the fish cakes, but they turn out pretty pink. I'm gonna start prepping the other stuff, like the little rosy cheeks on Pikachu. So I'm gonna use this imitation crab meat. I'm gonna do this. That's a cheek! I'm gonna see if I can cut a little mouth out of this. Dip out. Success! Okay. I feel like it's looking good. Right now, as long as I don't lose these pieces, I'll be okay. But I think it's time to take the hearts and the stars out. I'm so happy about these. This is so great. The next step is to finally go into building time. To start off, here we have the rice, super yellow. This is our little base, kind of playing with Play-Doh a little bit. We have two little guys right here. I need to try and put the curry on without making any of them fall. Curry smells amazing. A little nervous. Coloring my Eevee. I have never been this careful putting on curry. Eevee has his little poofy fur back on. Let me try putting on the ears. I feel like every small movement means that there's a chance for this to completely topple over. There you go. Whew! Pikachu has a face! That was like intense. Ooh, boop. It's looking pretty good. Eevee has those yellow lines around his eyes, so I am going to try and line this rice using my little tweezers here. I literally have to separate each grain of rice in order to do this. I'm not talking because I'm so stressed out. Now it's time to do some serious matching. I feel like everybody who's walking past looks like me, like I'm crazy. I'm kneeling on the floor trying to dot mayo on rice. All right, so we went from this picture right here to ta-da! Here's our little Pikachu and Eevee. I think the colors came out really, really vibrant. I am pretty proud. I do think they're a little chubbier than they should be. That's okay, I raised my Pokemon well. I feel like I need a second opinion, so I am going to give Zach a call. He is also one of the other people who play the Pokemon Nuzlocke Challenge. There's really no better person to ask. You ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, I am actually so impressed. That is, I can't believe you were even able to get like faces and oh my gosh. Looks just like it.
I'm so happy. I'm sorry you can't taste it.
I know, I'm about to fly to New York. I'm on my way.
Thanks so much for commenting. Yay! Zach liked the curry, even though he didn't get to taste it. He said it looked good, so at least I know I did that part right. Now it's time for the tasting portion. Get some rice, some curry. Cheers, everybody. To Pokemon. To Mochi. Because that's when you know it's Charizard ranking. This curry is really good. And the fish cake was surprisingly good. Wow. So this was really fun. I really loved being able to sort of transform this amazing food item that we've seen in a game into real life. So if there's anything that you guys can think of, either from games or from, you know, an anime that you're watching, let me know. Send me a message or leave a comment below and let's bring it to the real world. With that being said, I will look forward to that and see you guys next time. Bye.